That was great.
Hello, everyone, and welcome here to McNally Stadium. We got a great one here for you guys tonight. I'm John Zwizlak, joined here by my great friend Idan Castile. We got a great one here for you guys. We have the Springford Rams matched up against the Owen J. Roberts Wildcats. Idan, what do you have for us on OJR?
Well, OJR lost to Methacton, and they had a disappointing 0-1 season. They lost a couple nights ago, 1-0. Couple players to watch. You got Ethan Williams, and he has that game-breaking speed. They also have Julian Finaro, one of their top defensive men last year. He was a all-area honorable mention.
Thank you. And what do you have for Springford?
Well, Springford is coming off a very impressive win against Boyertown. Starting their season off 1-0. They are 3-1. They beat them 3-1. And they lost last year to Boyertown in the pack, so that was kind of a revenge game for them. Their top scorers are Andrew Merchant, Colton Pollock, and Tommy Bodenschatz.
Yeah, that win the other night was a really big win for them, losing in that pack championship the way they did was really rough, and I know that they really wanted that win.
Definitely a chip on their shoulder that the other night, so very impressive.
Yeah, it'll really be something to build off here, and we'll see if they're able to continue that domination here tonight against Owen JR. And for the Springford, I know they like to run a 4-3-3. They like to have 4 defensemen, 3 midfielders, and 3 attackmen, for anyone that doesn't know what that is. They like to have Andrew Merchant as their D midfielder for the one of them, and then the other 2 are your attacking midfielders, who are Connor Lynch and Nick Dennis. That'll be something to watch for.
Definitely a high-powered offense that they've built here with the seniors.
Right now you got OJR trying to get it deep. It's Connor Lynch clearing it out to Tommy Bodenschatz. Tries to get around. Leaves it for Andrew Merchant. Passes it back to Trevor Jones, who passes it across to Matt Dunn. Colin Pollock chips it ahead for Ben Goldberg. That ball goes out there into the corner.
We know how high-powered offense this is for Springford. It's going to be curious to see if their defense can hold up just like they did against Boyertown the other day.
There was a header that just goes across the goal line there, just out of bounds. It'll be OJR ball, goal kick. Sophomore goalie Andrew Keedy gets ready to punt this one, or not punt, kick this one out. That's Connor Lynch keeping it in.
That was a beautiful slide, but unfortunately he didn't get away with it.
And that'll be Springford ball here. Andrew Merchant gets ready to take it.
These are the opportunities that Springford can really use to score on offense here.
OGR had a good defensive play there, and now they're coming up the other way. Andrew Merchant tries to body the OGR player there. Doesn't get away with it.
Nope, he does not.
Now Robbie Gambone with the ball. Headed there by Schloke Shaw to get it ahead. Schloke throws it in. That's Ben Goldberg hitting it off the foot of an OJR player out of bounds. Here's Schloke to throw it in again. There's Merchant just punting it into the OJR zone, and it's going to go out of bounds there. Justin Russell tried to keep it, wasn't able to. Here's Connor Lynch with it. Tommy and Lynch tried to do a little bit of a give and go there. Weren't able to connect. Matt Dunn will leave it for goalie James Needles, first-year goalie for Springford as a junior.
Yes, he's replacing last year's goalie, Tommy McBoyle.
There's Matt Dunn clearing it up to Ben Goldberg. Bowden chats to Lynch. Lynch leaves it for Justin Russell, who passes it across. Ben Goldberg with a little stutter step. Bowden chats with a
Beautiful
little
pass.
give and go.
Wow.
And they score!
Wow.
What a play there. A little give and go right there.
That was all the pass. That was all the pass. Behind the back pass, it was absolutely on point, and he set him up for an easy goal.
Like you said, that was a beautiful pass right there. Nice quick give and go. I believe that was between Goldberg and Bowden chats. Goldberg just gave it to Bowden chats, and then Bowden chats was ready for the quick pass right back to him.
Now, that's exactly the way Springford wanted to start this game. High-powered offense, continuing using their strengths, displaying almost identical high-powered offense like they did against Boyertown.
Yeah, like you said, just really a great way to start on early in this game. As Connor Lynch goes to the ground there. It seems like it is going to be called against Springford. It'll be an OJR ball. It gets set up here. Austin Chambers ready to kick this one deep. Defended well by Springford.
Wow, great save.
What a save there by James Needles, able to get up and save that one before Ethan Williams was able to try and snipe that corner there.
That was a very healthy shot. That was a great block by Needles.
Robbie Gambone tried to go with the quick shot off the pass in bounds. Austin Chambers able to keep it in, and then Springford's able to get it out.
It never ceases to amaze me how far these headers can go.
Really impressive. You'd think that we were talking earlier before the game, you'd think that it'd really start to hurt, but these kids have been doing it for years.
I can't even imagine. I get hit in the face with a dodgeball, it stings.
Merchant able to try and get it out. Austin Chambers tries to get it deep, but can't get it past the Springford defense. Tommy Bodenschatz loses it in the middle. OJR ball. As they punt it deep.
Wow.
Matt Dunn tries to defend. Uh-oh. James Needles wasn't able to handle it. The Springford defense is able to stop him before anything bad is able to happen.
That punt was nearly perfect.
Yeah, you can't get much better than that right there.
Great play by Needles, though, to get the play out of movement.
Here's Bodenschatz. Just dumps it deep. Colton Pollock will go to the corner to try and get it. OGR.
Oh, wow.
Pollock able to...
That was a near colossal mess up by the goalie.
Wow. I mean, Colton Pollock also anticipated it going to the right. He's able to move to his right to block that ball. But like you said, almost a very, very bad mistake there by the sophomore goalie. Andrew Merchant able to steal the ball in midfield. Gets it to Bodenschatz, who passes it to Lynch, who passes it back to Bodenschatz. Lynch just chips it right back.
That was a great
Here's
pass.
Shlok Shaw. And it kicks it, and
It's goalie ball.
it's going to be a goal kick as it goes behind.
I am totally amazed by the Springford passing. I mean, some of these passes are completely on point, and it's not easy passes. These are really impressive passing that you're seeing, and that's what's going to win them this game.
And like you said, there is a lot of great passes that Springford has been making tonight. That's also attributed to a lot of these kids have been playing together for years in their club teams and on the school team. So you got to think that chemistry is really there between the teams, between the players.
Well, this is also, a fairly new squad. I mean, last year they lost a lot of key scorers. I'm sorry. Colin Trainer, who is a all-state player, he was a senior last year who graduated. They lost Brandon Duke, who is an all-area first team player. So they lost some key players here on offense, and the juniors who are now seniors are taking over this game, and they seriously look impressive. The chemistry is all there, the scoring is there, so it's a fun team to watch.
Yeah, like you said, they did lose those seniors last year, and if you watched last year, you know that attacking team, like with the players you named, Duke, Trainer, and Brett Galati as well, was a lethal offense for Springford.
Brett Galati was a all-area second team, so all of those players, all three of those guys who graduated last year, they were all key parts of this offense. But I think that, Andrew Merchant, Colton, and Tommy Bodenschatz, they all of them can take over that role to be leaders.
Yeah, definitely. Here's Justin Russell trying to get it deep into the OJR zone. Andrew Keedy just kicks it right out. Trevor Jones just kicks it out of bounds there. OGR throws it in. Defended there by Trevor Jones. And Ben Goldberg is tripped up at midfield. OGR tries to head it out. Doesn't really get that far. Justin Russell keeps it in, along with Ben Goldberg. So OGR just kicks that ball out. Springford ball. Brian Zisk ready to throw it in. Tries to get it to Lynch, who heads it back into the middle, but OGR is able to handle that one. Up front, Matt Dunn defends it well, just kicks it out of bounds.
I like how this defense is playing super physical around midfield. They have not gave them many opportunities to score. Contain them in the middle.
Rory O'Dwyer throws it in. Ben Goldberg able to come up with it, pass it to Merchant, who passes it back to midfield. Joey Kish is able to get that one to pass it to Stephen Mullen.
Wow.
Stephen Mullen.
Great steal by Merchant.
Yeah, really great steal. He really uses the body to pressure the other player.
Merchant has truly developed into a great two-way player. I mean, his defense and, obviously him being one of the great scorers on this offense has really developed him to be a all-around great soccer player.
Yeah, most definitely. Springford here threatening. Oh!
Again, that was a great pass that led up to that shot that was just slightly overshot, but a great pass.
And Connor Lynch just got a little bit too much under that one.
Hey, look, all that matters is that they're getting these opportunities. These are open opportunities. And, yeah, you're going to miss, but, I mean, these opportunities that are wide open, all good signs.
Ben Goldberg tries to keep it in and gets it back. Passes it back to Matt Dunn, who gets it to Connor Lynch. Now to Nick Danena as he's coming through midfield. Gets it to Pollock, who loses it for a second. Oh, what a pass there by Lynch behind the back, like through the legs. Ooh.
I'm telling you, Lynch and his passing ability.
Dunn here. Passes it to Pollock. Tries to do a little through the legs move, but somehow still gets it to Goldberg. Bodenschatz tried to get that one to Justin Russell. Wasn't able to get it there, but he still gets it. Oh! Oh!
Are we going to – that was a missed call.
Oh, and then they're
wow.
going to – ooh. Getting a little physical up here.
And as expected, this is these are two teams who are hungry to win.
Here's OJR ready to kick this one in the offensive zone. Austin Chambers kicks it deep. And then Nicky Gambone is able to get it deep, but the goalkeeper is able to get it, James Needles. Punts this one to midfield. It's a spring forward ball here. Trevor Jones has it at the 30-yard line. Kicks it deep. Headed deep by Bodenschatz. Wasn't able to get it to Lynch. Goldberg hits it back to Bodenschatz, who just passes it back to Denena, who lets it go for Trevor Jones. OGR able to intercept the pass, but here's Springford also intercepting their pass, and Lynch is taken. Looks like he might have just tripped there.
Springford has absolutely dominated the time of possession here, which is so key to every soccer game. Time of possession is one of the most underrated stats, and they're dominating here.
Yeah, time of possession, like you said, is a really big part of soccer because you're playing such long halves with such short stoppages. You really want to have the ball on offense and wear down that defense. Here's Lynch ready to kick it. Seems to be some confusion on the distance there. Kicks it right on goal. But Andrew Keaty's able to come up with that one. That's a tough one to get there. I mean, it was right at him, but it took a little bounce there right before him. Sometimes
Absolutely.
That's hard to handle.
It lost some velocity there, but overall it was a healthy shot. I think it was worth taking.
Goes off the knee there of Denena. Dunn just kicks it right back into the OJR zone, and that one's going to go out. Oh, no. Oh, no, but it eventually does. Springford quickly throws it in. Bodenschatz goes to the corner, tries to get around. Looks like he was tripped up there. Looks like it'll be Springford ball. Here's Denena ready to kick it.
I doubt this time they will go for the score, as this is a little bit on a weirder angle, but you never know.
Gets it up.
Wow. Wow. Great defensive play.
I believe that was Lynch that was able to hop that high and almost get that one. Wow.
That was a perfectly placed ball. Perfectly.
OGR able to come up with that one and just kick it to midfield. Trevor Jones heads it to Denena. OGR able to take it from behind. Here they come. Nick Denena tries to stop them. But they keep pushing. Oh, and then there's Shaw, Shlok Shaw trying to get it out, who gets it to Lynch. Passes it back to Zisk, and Zisk to Denena. Denena gets it up to Pollock. Back to Denena. Bodenschatz, a little give and go there with Denena.
Ooh.
It seemed like Russell was taken down there.
Beautiful evening tonight.
Yeah, really. A little chilly, but other than that, it's beautiful.
I mean, we're in October now.
Yeah. Is it October already?
October 1st. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah. Time flies, man. Here's Lynch, ready to kick the ball. Seems to be a little bit more confusion on the distance for the OJR players. Once again. Kicks it.
Ooh,
Right
oh
out in
my
front,
goodness!
goal!
Wow. All credit again to the pass. Put it on point, exactly where he wanted, and that was an easy tip in.
Yeah, it really seemed like it was tipped at first before it could get to the goalie, and then it seems like Bodenschatz was able to just tap that one in. It's hard to see from the angle here, but I believe that was Bodenschatz that was able to tap that one in.
That was all the passing. That's how Springford's going to win this game. Getting it close to the basket, passing it in, and just having those easy tap-in goals. That's how they scored their first 2 goals.
Yeah, like you said, that was just a really great ball by Connor Lynch, able to get it up over the defenders right out in front, only to where the Springford players could get it.
Wasn't that their third opportunity in only a couple minutes? One
Yeah.
of them had to go in.
Yeah. Yeah, they were getting pretty close. Eventually had to go in. A little bit of a collision there between Zisk and an OGR player. Here's Goldberg, turns it around, passes it to Nana, who gets it to Dunn, passes it across to Jones.
The defensive hustle for Springford, absolutely outstanding. You saw Zisk take a pretty big blow there. He got right up and continued his defensive play. It's called hustle.
Yeah, he saw the hit coming and was able to just get the pass off before he took the hit.
And that's credit to coaching, you know? Hustle is credit to coaching.
And
As well
go ahead.
as well as the players. Hustle is coaching and
Yeah.
players.
Credit to Coach Kissel in his 5th year this season. Lynch was able to get that one across before being taken to the ground.
Looks like he got kicked in the leg.
That happens. It's painful with those
Oh.
cleats, though.
Trust me. I can't even imagine.
Here's Trevor Jones. Kicks this one deep. Gets it in front. OGR able to clear that one out. Trevor Jones kicks it with the little bicycle kick. Another whistle here. Springford on the sideline. Bodenschatz gets it to Pollock in midfield.
A little bit of a stutter step there.
Zisk tries to just dump it across. Nobody home.
Great hustle to try to keep that in bounds.
Yeah, it seemed like Bodenschatz there almost ran into the pole.
You know, that pass was a little bit overshot, but it almost worked perfectly. He had
Yeah.
one guy streaking over the middle. If he just hit that a little bit lighter, that probably would have been another goal.
Yeah, it's the right idea there. Just trying to get it out in front.
Like I said, it's all about opportunities in this sport. The more opportunities you get, the more that go in.
Exactly. Statistically speaking.
Statistically, yes. Doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah. Spring forward. Merchant tries to get it deep. OGR able to handle that. And then it's just a heading match back and forth here. OGR comes up with it. They get it to the middle. Here's Ethan Williams with the ball. Gets it to the side. Kicked out in front. Dunn able to handle that one well.
That
Here's Russell.
That was their first decent opportunity in a while.
Merchant able to get that one back out. OGR able to kick it right back in, though. Lynch gets it to Russell, who gets it to Denena. Russell takes a hit. OGR coming up on the offensive side. Here's Ethan Williams, kicks it, blocked out in front by the Springford defense. Denena comes up with it. He passes it up to Russell, who has it at midfield. He passes it back here to Brian Zisk. Andrew Merchant gets it up to Connor Lynch. Passes it back to Matt Dunn. Bowden Chats has it. Nice pass here to Connor Lynch. Does a little stutter step. Tries to get by. He can't get by. Good defense there by OJR. Ethan Williams here with the ball in midfield. Passes it across.
If OJR wants to score, they have to get ahead of this Springford defense. They have to.
And like I said earlier, Springford runs a 4-3-3, so it's really hard, especially with the, like you said, the intensity that this Springford defense plays with. It's hard to get behind them. This ball goes out of bounds here. Springford ready for the throw-in. Shlok Shah ready to throw this one in. OGR able to kick this one back out. Stephen Mullen has it. Gets it to Ben Gonzalez.
He tripped
able
up
to
there.
steal it.
That ball hit with a little bit too much velocity. Goalie ball.
Senior Matt Hensler is now also in the game for Springford. Matt Dunn able to clear this one back out before OGR can do anything. Dunn to Merchant, who passes it back to Jones, who gets it back across to Dunn. Pierce Marks was able to anticipate that pass there and just steal it. Now he's in the corner, gets it across.
Wow.
But Trevor Jones is ready for that one as he clears it out. Here's Connor Lynch, tries to get it up to Bowden Schatz. Once again, OGR anticipates the pass. See the hustle here by Austin Chambers. Tried to keep it, but Springford eventually stole it. Here's Colton Pollock running up with some speed. Stops, tries to get it across to Justin Russell. Russell has it in front of the net, but OGR able to come up with it there. Good defense. Whoa.
Got physical there. Russell couldn't handle that 2v1. He almost got it through, but we got more opportunities coming up here.
Russell tries to get it to Connor Lynch, who eventually comes up with it. Here's Merchant with the ball now. Gives it to Russell. Back to Lynch. Ooh.
A little bit too far out to the right there.
Seems like he might have also thought Bowden Schatz was going to crash the net there.
That's probably more likely what transpired there.
There's a goal kick for the sophomore goalie, Andrew Keedy. Russell able to head this one in. Bowden Schatz wasn't able to get a piece of it. OGR now has it in their corner. Austin Hensler able to take it, but OGR is able to come up with that pass, but they kick it out of bounds. It'll be Springford ball. Matt Hensler, excuse me, not Austin, my bad. He's ready to throw it in here. Lynch tried to get to that one, wasn't able to get to it. Goalie comes up with it.
Springford has been so great in controlling the ball near midfield. They've only had really one healthy opportunity at the shot compared to Springford's. I don't even know how many. They've taken so many shots compared to OJR. They're just struggling getting to the basket, and I think I agree with you. You know, it's Kissel's 4-3-3 formation here that's just stunting OJR's offense.
Dunn able to get this one up to Lynch a little bit past midfield. Does a little stutter step, gets it to Matt Hensler.
Yeah, the real question is how does Matt Dunn do this? You know, he balances soccer and he's part of our wonderful RCTV crew here. How does Matt Dunn do it?
Every high school student has to balance a lot of things, but Matt Dunn is a special breed. Bodenschatz has it at midfield now. Gets it across to Denena. Pollock tries to get it back to Bodenschatz, but it's hit back, but Merchant has it. Bodenschatz seemed like he was tripped up there, but OJR now has it going the other way. Coming with speed. Dunn able to defend it well, but it goes back out to an OJR player, but they're able to defend it well and get it out.
Wow, you could see the frustration on OJR. That was a very good opportunity that just wasted.
I mean, he really didn't have any help. It seemed like he was surrounded by 4 blue jerseys all by himself, but here comes OJR. Stephen Mullen able to get a shot just a little high and wide there.
And you have to think, that's the best shot you really could have taken in a 3v5 here.
Yeah. Once again, just doesn't really seem like there's any help down low.
There is clear defensive domination close to the goalpost here for Springford. I mean, every time we look up, it's 5 Springford players surrounding one or two guys. They just can't get to the basket. But OJR is gaining control of time of possession here.
Try to get a shot there, but it hit a Springford player in the back. Tried to pass it there. Rory O'Dwyer overran it a little bit. They're just going to kick it back to the goalie. Kicks it back up to midfield. Lynch able to get a piece of it. Akshay Patel now comes into the game. Now he has it coming up.
That ball sails.
Here's Matt Hensler ready to throw this one in. Also, Ryan Miller also checks into the game. Ryan Miller lets it go past him. OGR now has it. Springford tried to keep it in. Wasn't able to. Denena was somehow able to kick that ball while falling to the ground. Miller heads it back to Denena. Here's Goldberg with the ball a little bit past midfield. Denena gets taken down from behind. And he's down on the ground. We're going to take a quick break right here. We'll see you on the other side.
What are you, superheroes?
Just 4 brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
What are you, superheroes?
Just 4 brothers who hate bullies and love this city.
you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back here to McNally Stadium. Springford is up 2-0 against OJR. It'll be Springford ball here at midfield. Tommy Bodenchat's ready to kick this one in. Or Trevor Jones, excuse me, not Tommy Bodenchat's. My bad. OJR able to come up with it. OJR on the sideline. It'll go out there. It'll be Springford ball. Shlok Shaw will throw it in here. Ryan Miller able to get it back to Shaw. Pollock tries to kick it back there to Lynch, who gets it back to Pollock. Coming across. Tried to go through 4 people there. Almost did. And OJR will just kick that one out. 8:20 here left in this first half. Edon, what have you seen from Springford so far?
I've seen pure dominance on the defensive side, just pure dominance. That's what's winning them this game right now. I've seen incredible passing down low. I can't say it enough. The passing on this team is absolutely remarkable. OJR has not been able to get past midfield whatsoever against this Springford 4-3-3 defense. Andrew Merchant has been incredible on both offense and defense, but especially the defense. He has not let anything get past him. So just pure dominance so far. I mean, 2-0, it might not show like extreme dominance, but if you look at, the shot opportunities that Springford has had compared to what OJR has had, you would understand how dominant this game is by Springford.
Yeah, for sure. OJR is really going to have to start to kick it into gear if they want to get back into this game. As Trevor Jones does a little stutter step and just kicks it out of the defensive zone. Here's Colton Pollock trying to get to it, but it's kicked out there by Julian Fernaro, excuse me, sorry. We'll go out of bounds there and be a goal kick for OJR. Here's Keedy kicking it out. Colonel Lynch tried to get a piece of it, wasn't able to. OJR ball as it goes out of bounds there. OJR throws it in. Matt Dunn just tries to kick it to the side.
Wow.
OJR comes up with it.
This is what I'm talking. As you can see on your screen, you have literally three, maybe 4 offensive players for OJR, surrounded by 5 Springford defensive players. They just cannot get any friction.
No, they really can't.
I mean, compared to Springford's goal opportunities, where you've seen, creative passes with, outbeating their defense strategically, they just haven't been able to even get the opportunity to beat them strategically. They've just been completely swarmed.
Here's Springford coming up the other side. Ben Goldberg passes it across.
Wow.
Ryan Miller wasn't able to put it in. What a save by the sophomore goalie.
What a wonderful save. That was unbelievable reaction time. And there's nothing better the Springford offensive players could have done there. That was just an incredible save by the goalie. He recognized the fast break. He ran up. He slid in front of the ball. Just all around incredible save.
No, it really was. I mean, Ben Goldberg had a breakaway, but saw Ryan Miller coming across and tried to get it to him, but Ryan Miller just wasn't able to put it away. Ooh, Connor Lynch heads it. There was a collision at midfield. Here's Ryan Miller with the ball. Does a little stutter step, but gets the ball stolen from him.
Oh.
Another collision there. Call against Springford. A little bit of trash talk down there.
It's a sport. By the way, those type of saves from the goalie are the type of saves that keep you inside this game. You know, if Springford went up 3-0, you know, we could be looking at a potential blowout here before halftime. But those type of saves keep them in the game.
No, yeah, most definitely. A little bit of conversation there between Goldberg and the ref. Goldberg's going to leave the game here.
The officiating crew doing their best job out here to make sure that, you know, they keep the trash talk to limitations, and they're making all the right calls.
Dylan Smith is going to check in for Goldberg. Springford's defense able to head that one out of trouble. OJR comes up with it. Try to get it deep. Merchant able to chest that one. Merchant now has it. Tries to get it to Akshay Patel. But OJR anticipated the pass there and kicked it out. Here's Matt Hensler now with the ball, ready to throw it in.
Missed header there.
Missed header there by Dylan Smith. So Trevor Jones now has it. He gets it to Matt Hensler. OGR able to block that one before it gets into their zone. Rory O'Dwyer able to kick that one deep, but James Needles is able to come up with it. Needles punts this one to midfield. Another missed header there for Springford by Connor Lynch. Still able to get into the offensive zone. Here's Lynch pressing OJR. Little nice slide tackle there, able to get the ball.
That's a great defensive play. This OJR offense is coming to life a little bit here. We saw them come to life a little bit at the 9-minute mark, but these defensive plays, especially that type of play by Lynch, is going to prevent them from getting anywhere close to scoring. So,
headed there by OGR. James Needles was able to come up with it. But yeah, I mean, Connor Lynch was able to be smart there and get the ball first and make sure he didn't hit the body first, and makes a nice defensive play, especially coming from behind there with the speed that they were. James Needles punts this one. Missed header by Patel. Lynch comes up with it at midfield. Does a little spin move. OGR now has it, crossing midfield. Nice defensive play there by Andrew Merchant.
those defensive plays are so key.
Matt Hensler able to kick this one out. Dylan Smith overruns it a little bit. OGR now has it. Here's Springford now back up with it. Akshay Patel.
That defensive play by Merchant to stop the potential there is that is game-saving defense right there. The number one thing you want to do when to stop a goal is to stop their potential. And Merchant, by just hitting the ball once, stops the entire offense moving potential here. So great defense. We've seen that time and time again. You know, OJR coming in hot and somebody like Lynch or Merchant coming in and just stopping their potential.
We're now here in the last 1 minute and 25 seconds of the first half. OJR has it crossing midfield.
It would be a great feeling for OJR here to get a goal before halftime, only leaving them one goal to make up in the entire second half.
Yeah, that really would be huge if they could somehow find a way to score here in this last minute. It's going to be a corner kick here.
This could be their best opportunity since the first 10 minutes of the game.
Julian Finaro now comes up to kick this corner.
And like I mentioned in the beginning, Julian Finaro is one of their best players, one of their best leaders. As last year he was a all um, all area honorable mention and was a top defensive player for them a season ago.
And it was a throw-in, not a corner, excuse me. But the Rams were able to defend that one, kick it out of bounds.
That's the type of defensive plays that count. You just got to hit the ball and ruin their entire offensive scheme.
12 seconds left here in the first half. OGR trying to hustle to get one last chance.
Springford
Lynch.
is not giving them any wiggle room here.
No, not at all. As we end the first half there, Springford up 2-0. You know, what did you see in that first half?
I can't say it enough. Pure defensive dominance. Just that's what's winning them this game right now. I saw great, efficient passing. Springford has dominated in terms of how many shots they've taken to how many shots OJR has taken. They've made it a very easy day for Needles, the Springford goalie.
All right, that'll do it for the first half. We will see you back at halftime. Hello, everyone, and welcome back here to McNally Stadium. We got the Springford Rams matching up against the Owen J. Roberts Wildcats. The Springford Rams are up 2-0. Edon, what did you see in that first half?
Um, just great defense. All around great defense by Springford, especially down in the paint. They were maybe able to get one or two healthy shots against Springford. You also have to talk about Andrew Merchant's defense in the midfield. I mean, he's been absolutely dominating, not letting anything get past him. Offensively, Springford has been able to have some efficient passes. They had some missed opportunities, but nothing terrible there. Overall, just dominant play by Springford.
No, really, it has been dominant, and you see the hustle to get that ball. You see the hustle to get back on defense. I mean, it's just overall just really strong play by the Springfield Rams. And if you're Owen J. Roberts, what do you have to do to try and get back into this game?
Well, you have to make sure you push the ball on offense. You have to make sure you get those better opportunities closer to the net. And honestly, towards the end of that first half, you saw Owen J, regain time of possession. You saw them get a little more shot opportunities, and they want to build off of that momentum. And you just kind of want to repeat what Springford did in the first half. And if you're Springford in this, you got to continue playing defensively, because you already know Owen J is going to come out with a chip on their shoulder to score, and Springford's got to make sure they stay humbled and get the ball back.
All right, and we start off here on this second half of Springford Owen J. Roberts soccer. Pollock gets this one to the midfield. Here's O.J. Roberts. They kick it back to the goalie, Andrew Keaty. Gets ready to kick this one deep. Gets blocked there.
Was that blocked? Great play. I couldn't tell.
Here's Austin Chambers.
Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity there for Springford. Russell tried to get it deep. Keaty punts it into the Springford zone. Shaw hits it back into the offensive zone. Here's Austin Chambers getting it back, and then Matt Dunn punting it back. It's just header city here. Good keep there by Nicky Gambone.
Great move. Great move.
Another good keep there by Robbie Gambone. Be Springford ball here. Andrew Merchant has it. Sets it up. He'll leave it for Trevor Jones. You're ready to kick this one. Defended well there by OJR. Merchant, a good high kick to keep it in. Lynch just punts it back deep. Russell tries to get it back to Lynch, but OJR able to jump that pass. Here comes OJR the other way.
That was a great stop by Matt Dunn out there. I mean, just getting in front of the ball.
They're really able to hold off Stephen Mullen there.
They might have another opportunity here, though.
Nicky Gambone
That was
tried to.
a good play to get the ball out of bounds, stop their momentum, let the defense reset. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, like you said, it's just really good play there to just reset. Things started to look to pick up there for the OJ Roberts defense. You want to just settle down and reset. OJR ready to. Oh,
Seems there's some confusion here on the field.
seems like it was just fixing the clock, I believe. It's hard to tell what's going on.
The ref seems to be having a conversation with one of the OJR players.
He's talking to Julian Finaro. Oh, and he gets a yellow card.
Wow. I'm not exactly sure what transpired there, but
Neither am I. I couldn't really tell from this angle here. I wasn't able to tell exactly what happened.
it's certainly a way to spice up the game.
Most definitely.
OJR, though, they maintain possession here. As Finaro takes a seat.
Here's Robbie Gamboni, ready to.
Wow. Was that another yellow card? Wow. They just handed out 2 yellow cards to OJR.
Back to back with no play happening.
There has to be some words exchanged that forced that yellow card.
And we can't really hear what's going on down there from up here in the booth.
But clearly OJR is getting frustrated.
See, especially with the coaches on the sideline, they are not pleased. Not sure if that's with the refs or their own players, but
And, you know, this is also something underrated that a lot of people don't talk about. But this hurts their momentum. This hurts their, you know, their all-around drive to win. So let's hope that not losing, but, you know, getting their two players getting yellow cards doesn't hurt their momentum too much here.
seems like they're still talking over some details of down there on the field.
Up here from the booth, it's a little difficult to know exactly what transpired there, but I'm sure there was some words that didn't need to be said down there that forced that both the cards.
Especially that second one. I feel like they just maybe weren't happy with the first yellow card and maybe said something they shouldn't have.
Hey, that happens all the time in every sport, you know. You know, this is great camera work here by Lauren Black. And just all around, great job by RCTV. We got Max Andes and Lauren Black on camera, both doing fantastic jobs. And, of course, our wonderful director, Mr. Rothermel, who's also doing GFX. So he's directing and doing GFX at the same time. There's very few people on this planet that can do that.
What a man Rothermel is. What a man. He can do it all, can he?
He has special talents.
Here's James Needles. Kicks it to midfield. Bowden Chat says that he gets it back to Lynch. Lynch tries to get it to Pollock. Good defensive play there.
Great job by OJR to start this half to limit the opportunities.
OJR now coming up. Passes it to the corner there. Get it back out in front, but good play there by Merchant to anticipate the pass and get it out of harm's way.
If OJR wants to score, they have to get in front of that defense. They have to.
OJR able to keep it in there. It's Austin Chambers just kicking it right back into the offensive zone.
Springford will bend and bend and bend, but they will not break. There's just no shot opportunities here. Zero. They'll get down there, but they just can't find the opportunity.
Yeah, we've really seen a shift in the time of possession here in this second half.
Oh, for sure.
It was all Springford in the offensive zone, and now, I mean, maybe it was because of the stoppage down in Springford's zone there for a while, but it really just seems like OGR is just taking over the time of possession here. Once again, OGR just able to keep it in before they can get it to midfield.
They have to turn this time into scores, though. They have to. Or at least to shots. At least.
You really, especially on James Needles, you know, he hasn't really faced that much tonight. You know, you want to get some shots on net, catch him off guard.
I mean, this is a chilly night. It's drizzling out here already. I'm sure he's a little, he's not warmed up yet, so it might be good to get a shot or two against James Needle, the junior. First year starting for Springford at goalie.
Carson Johnson.
Just not a great pass there. You didn't give any of your guys opportunities.
Ooh, almost able to get it right out in front of Stephen Mullen there, but Springford tries to come the other way.
That would have completely contradicted what I just said if that pass was able to go through.
Schloke Shaw almost had a chance there to break through the OJR defense, but a good stop there to prevent what could have been another goal for Springford. Here's Pierce Marks, gets it up. Ethan Williams just pressing the Springford defense right now. Springford will just kick it out of bounds there and reset.
Both of these teams have both had decently strong seasons last year. OJR went 11-7-2 overall, and Springford went 15-6. So fairly similar. You know, OJR had 2 ties. Springford didn't have any ties. So fairly similar records here. But you know, if this game continues the way it is, we're going to see Springford jump out to an 0-2 start, while OJR will fall to 0-2. I'm sorry, did I say Springford 0-2?
Yeah, I think you got it mixed up there.
Excuse me. Springford will have a 2-0 start if this game continues the way it is, and OJR will have a 0-2 record if something dramatically doesn't change in the next 33 minutes, which it could.
Pollock able to just keep that one in before it goes out of bounds there. What a keep, and he tries to dance around 3 people, just not able to, as OJR's defense is able to stop him.
Good clear.
Great keep there by Trevor Jones. Russell gets taken down to another shot right there. Lynch just wasn't able to get all of it. Seems like it was tipped before it got to the goalie. And but like you said, both teams were very even in record. OGR came in 3rd in the pack last season. Springford came in 2nd. OGR is also usually able to keep their games pretty close. You know, they had a 1-0 loss to Methacton, able to really keep that one close. It's 2-0 right now. And all of last season, they lost in overtime in those pack playoffs. Just really able to make things interesting.
Wow, every head missed there.
Just flies right through everyone.
Maybe the ball was a little high there, but overall I think that was a pretty on-point pass.
Good play there by Merchant just to swoop right in with his speed and kick that out of bounds.
I can't imagine how often they practice the corner kick. I mean, that is easily the best opportunity to get a score here.
Merchant able to steal that one, but it's stolen right back. Ethan Williams has it. Now Caleb Silkrowski.
Ooh.
Springford almost makes a dangerous play right there. OGR able to keep it in. Ethan Williams gets it to Nicky Gambone, but Lynch is able to steal it. Here's Pollock, gets it back to Lynch. Goldberg has it, crossing midfield. Tries to get it deep. And Pierce Marks will just kick that one right out of bounds before Bowden Chats can get to it.
Out of bounds. That literally went out of the stadium.
Just went right through the gate there.
Free souvenir. Might pick that one up on my way out.
Unfortunately, I don't think we're able to.
We definitely aren't.
Ethan Williams now has it. Tries to clear it. Gets it back. Tries to get through 3 Springford players. Tries to pass it, but wasn't able to get it deep. Here's Trevor Jones now with the ball. Lynch. Passes it back to Dunn.
Springford players are out here having fun, screaming "and one." You love to see it. You know,
Yeah.
it's a sport.
What it's all about. Have fun. Nicky Gambone able to have a stutter step move around Merchant. BJ DePort tried to get it deep, just wasn't able to. Connor Lynch tries to get it deep.
Ooh,
Ooh, a little bit of a collision there at the 30-yard line.
This has been a fairly physical game, you know?
No, it really has. Both teams have been thrown the shoulders.
And you know what? You know who's been, getting really physical on Springford? Lynch. I mean, every time you see physical play happen, he's there. And that just shows his, his hustle and his, he just wants to get to that ball. And that really says something.
No, yeah, he's really jumping up for every jump ball, putting his body on the line. It's really impressive.
And, I could point out a lot of key defensive plays, and his name would be mentioned in almost all of them.
The kick here tries to get out in front, and it's tipped off
Oh
the
my-
crossbar, and it goes in!
It goes in. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Wow,
Wow.
it was like a pinball machine there.
That's a great way of putting it. That was a beautiful, beautiful kick. Somebody popped it up. It just didn't quite go in, hit off the crossbar, and it was just an easy tip in as the goalie was already disoriented from where the heck that ball went.
I mean, that was a very odd play right there. I mean, just bouncing all over the place. I believe Pollock almost tipped it in. I could be wrong, but then I believe Lynch was the one that was able to tip it in right at the end.
I mean, once I saw that the ball hit the crossbar, I just did not expect that ball to get anywhere near the basket. I thought the goalie would jump on it or anything, but it just so happened to land in a perfect position for a Springford player to tip that in. Certainly a strange goal, but it works.
And it just landed right in the spot where Lynch was. It really came down awkwardly too.
And if you're the goalie there, I mean, what more can you do? Because you are, you're expecting the first hit to go and to be a target at the basket, but instead it hits off the crossbar, so you're already looking for where the ball is, and the next thing you know, the ball is being tapped right in while you're still looking for the ball. So I don't know how much that is on the goalie, as maybe it's just luck.
Yeah, really difficult play there for the goalie like you described. PJ DeProy gets it deep, but James Needles is able to handle that one. James Needles just punts this one to the midfield. Connor Lynch able to head it, but it goes out of bounds. Throw in here for OJR.
Great work by Lauren Black up top in the freezing cold weather to catch that awkward goal.
He really was able to get a good angle of it.
That's going to be something to rewatch.
A little bit of a collision there around midfield. It's going to be Springford ball here.
So, do you think OJR can recover from this?
You got 28 minutes and 30 seconds left. I mean,
It's not unheard of.
it's not impossible. There have been greater comebacks in sports, but the way things are going, the way things are going right now, it'll be very tough for OGR to try and come back in this one.
OJR's issue here, it's not time of possession anymore. They've been able to, get time of possession on their side a little bit. It's not necessarily getting down to the red zone. It's more about just their shot opportunities that have just not been there. I can think of maybe one or two healthy shots that they've taken, and that's just because the Springford defense, it's bending, but it's not breaking.
Yeah. A little bit of a confusion there as to whose ball it was. Goldberg tried to quickly throw it in before anyone noticed. Here's Lynch. He chests it down to Merchant, who tries to head it out. Kept in there. There's a collision there. Ethan Williams tried to go around. It's going to be a throw-in for OJR.
Now, this is a 100-yard field. I mean, at 100 and what would it be? 20, right? 120 yards with including the end zones. And you have guys like Andrew Merchant here who are not taking any breaks, running back and forth the entire game. I mean, the stamina has to be incredible for that to happen.
Yeah, especially for these midfielders, like you mentioned, guys like Andrew Merchant and Connor Lynch really just have to have that high amount of stamina, just continually run nonstop. And like you said, they really don't get many breaks in these halves.
Merchant and Lynch, they've been the MVPs so far on this defense. I mean, every time you see OJR start getting a little bit momentum, as that ball hits right off the roof, every time you see OJR get a little bit of a momentum, you see Lynch or Merchant just waiting there to rip that momentum away.
It's going to be OJR ball here. A little bit of confusion. Not entirely sure what's going on. Matt Hensler is going to check into the game, though, for Springford.
How about the close-up camera work from our rookie cameraman, Max Andes? I mean, he's been flawless, and this is for his first time. Not bad at all.
He's been really good getting these close-ups down on the field, out in the cold. OJR throws it in, tries to get it to the center. Nice work defensively, but OJR gets it back right out in front, the shot, and it'll go wide there.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. They just cannot get those shot opportunities.
Pierce Marks had the shot opportunity there. It might have been tipped or he just shot it wide there.
But if that's the best shot opportunity they've had in a long time, then I mean, then we're looking at a terrible shot percentage here.
I can think of maybe one or two that have actually gotten on goal here. Will be cleared out by OJR. Dunn able to head that one, get out of harm's way. Merchant tries to make a play. OJR has it. Stephen Mullen coming across. It'll be blocked there by Connor Lynch. Good defensive play. Good defensive anticipation there by Schlokshaw, able to head that one out. Here comes Justin Russell coming up the sideline. There's a stop, gets it to Bodenschatz. That one gets stolen from him, but he gets it back. Stolen again.
Good play by OJR to stop that.
Yeah, Pierce Marks really made a nice play there to just steal it from Tommy Bodenschatz. It's really hard to steal from him, too. He's very fast and very physical. There's a clear there by Julian Finaro. OGR now has it. Good block there by Lynch. It comes across. Good head there by Trevor Jones, able to get that out of harm's way. Here comes Stephen Mullen with a shot, and it gets blocked there by Shaw.
I'll say it over and over and over again. Bend, but do not break. Bend, but the shot opportunities are just not there. They can get down here. They can be down here the entire game, but they will not let the goalie do any work. Needles is going to be able to go home and just relax. He's not going to have any soreness later tonight. And that's credit to his defense. Needles better buy everybody a nice chicken parm sandwich.
Yeah, he'll be thanking his defense and teammates after this one.
I mean, he's played incredible the last 2 weeks. I mean, only letting up one goal against Boyertown, a team who beat Springford in the pack last year. And there's another save.
Great anticipation there by Needles, able to just jump and catch that one right out of midair.
I'm so glad he did that as I was talking about him. It makes me look smart.
That it does, he does. That it does. Matt Hensler tries to make a play. Pierce Marks is able to get away from him. Tries to get it into the middle of the field, but it's blocked off there. Here comes Schlok. Coming up midfield. Gets it to Goldberg. He gets hit from behind. OJR gets it out. Here they come. The shot.
Wow.
Off the outside of the net right there. Oof.
That was one of the best opportunities they had. And if I were OJR in that situation, I would have maybe continue running a little bit, maybe get a closer opportunity. You know, not give Needles so much time to react. And as you could see, that ball went to the outside anyway. But just that was the best opportunity they had, and it would have been great if they could capitalize on it. But
you also had Stephen Mullen coming up the right side there. Not sure if you're able to see him on your screen, but I thought he might try to pass it to him as OJR. Julian Finaro clears it out. It's headed at midfield. Here's Ethan Williams now with the ball. Gets it out in front. Here they come again with some speed. The shot. And
Wow.
they score.
What a wonderful goal. Wonderful goal. That was a wonderful, on an awkward angle. He was able to just curve that in. Needles didn't have much opportunity to stop that, as he had to literally jump from one point of the goal to the other point. Just all around, just great shot there.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great pass right there by Ethan Williams, able to get it to PJ DeProy, who's had some chances and was able to capitalize on this one.
Now, you saw in the last 2 minutes now, I would say the last 2-3 minutes, they have been able to get open opportunities. That is not something we've seen all the way up to this point. So Springford has to be make sure not to get too comfortable with this this 2-point lead now.
Now, you definitely do not want to get comfortable here, especially like you said in these last 2 minutes. It seems like they've started to bend a little bit more, like as we're talking
about right here.
Good anticipation there by Needles, able to just come up with that one.
But now they're putting Needles to work. This is already, the third time Needles has had to make some sort of action. This is what I'm talking about. Now they're penetrating the goal. They're making the goalie work. This is how they're going to win. Or this is how they're going to get back into this game. OJR's mentality right now has to be one step at a time. If they can get another goal, all of a sudden it's a one-score game, and we have 21 minutes still remaining in this game.
Now you're working with plenty of time right here, as you have 20 minutes and 57 seconds left in this second half. This one goes out of bounds. OJR ready to throw it in. Here's Austin Chambers.
He threw that kind of into double coverage there.
Was confident his teammate could get it. That came right up and hit Carson Johnson right in the face right there. Didn't seem phased at all, though.
That's soccer. You expect the ball to hit you in the face 24/7.
Schloke Shaw threw that one in. Here's Bodenschatz now with the ball. Heads it ahead of himself. Tries to get it to Russell, but wasn't able to. Good defensive play there. Here's Merchant now at midfield, trying to get it deep, but just couldn't penetrate that OJR defense.
A little bit of a push off there. It got a little bit too aggressive.
It seemed like he tried to push off the OJR player to get back to the ball. Refs weren't going to let that one slide.
I mean, it was too clear of a. He extended his arm, trying to get too aggressive there. If you want to get away with those, you have to make it less obvious.
Ooh.
Wow.
Seems
That was
like
a
it
great opportunity.
Headed by one of the Springford players, almost went in.
Yeah.
Needles was able to come up with it, though.
Maybe that's just great awareness. Maybe New Needles was right behind him. Never know.
Maybe you shouldn't head it into your own goalie, even if you do know.
Yeah, right.
But here's Springford coming up offensively. Goldberg tries to get it to, believe that is Ryan Miller on the right side. Goalie's able to come up with it. Andrew Keedy ready to punt this one down. Good head there. Able to get it back into the OJR zone. Schloke Shaw on the sideline, and he'll let it go out of bounds.
Man, they say American football is hard on your head.
Yeah, this is, especially those punts by the goalie. Those go so high up.
I mean, there has to be. They have to be some I just cannot comprehend how much that must hurt and how often they take those hits, and they're probably used to it. That's honestly so impressive. These balls are not soft. These are balls you don't want hitting your head, but they jump up and they take it like men.
That they do. Here's Springford trying to keep this one in. Shaw gets it across to Patel. Bodenschatz passes it to across.
Wow. You almost had an opportunity there.
Yeah. Able to keep it in there as Patel tries to get it to Russell. OJR able to clear it, though. Here's Dunn. Heads it back into the offensive zone. What a play there by Bodenschatz, falling to the ground, able to kick that one back into the offensive zone.
Dunn has done a great job to clear the ball and make sure Springford contains possession, as that's Dunn's main objective on defense. You know, clear the ball, make sure they don't get a push. Dunn's doing a great job with that.
Yeah, really just doing a great job of keeping it out of harm's way. Anticipating the ball really well, playing the body well. Just having a good overall game. Here's OJR now, ready to kick it in.
I'm sorry, that last player to clear the ball was Bodenschatz, not Dunn. But Dunn and Bodenschatz have both done a great job with that. As Needles comes up with another assuring save.
He's just going to punt this one to midfield. Here's Lynch. Just misses the header there. Ryan Miller able to kick it out in front. Justin Russell just wasn't able to get to that ball. Almost had another chance.
Wow, somehow gets out of that.
Matt Hensler is just going to kick that one out of bounds. Be an OJR throw in here. Ooh. OGR tried to kick it deep, and Justin Russell took that one right off the back.
Walks it off.
Not even phased.
Not even phased.
Here's OJR ready to throw it in. Bodenschatz gets it to Lynch. Lynch running up with speed. Tries to get it to Patel. The defender fell over for a second, was able to recover there and get it out of harm's way. Here's Austin Chambers. He's just going to kick this one out of bounds.
Smart play there. Because if he kicked that to the right, or if he tried to stop the ball and try to continue momentum the other way, Springford would have had the ball in prime position.
Here's Patel. Try to get it across. Oh, a
Ooh,
whiff
a
there by the
whiff.
defender. There's a shot.
That was a
and
colossal mistake.
what a goal there.
Wow.
Wow.
That was a colossal whiff. That is
just not what you want to do there, and especially when you're trying to come back like OJR
a
is.
game-ending whiff.
Pollock was able to just anticipate the miss, though. Didn't give up on the play. Came right to him. Was able to just load up and fire and score.
I mean, that's great awareness by Pollock. You know, if you're Pollock in that situation, you're expecting the ball to be cleared. But he realized it wasn't cleared. He ran to the ball before anybody else could get there and had an easy goal. That's called great awareness. That's on coaching. That's on Pollock. So great play by Springford, but that was just a colossal whiff there. It just really hurt their team.
It was 2 defensive mishaps in a row as well. It was another defender that fell over right before the whiff. Maybe that time of possession for Springford early on in the game started to wear down on that OJR defense.
Absolutely, and you have to realize here that that those are the type of opportunities that Springford has capitalized on. Those are the type of opportunities Springford has had. You know, open opportunities, good passes. While opportunities like we just saw here by OJR, where he has to kick it around 3 Springford guys and get it into the goal with Needles standing right there. Those are the opportunities that OJR had. So it's been red zone defense, and Springford has won.
Patel gets it to Lynch, who just passes it across the shot at the sideline. Tries to get it to Patel. It'll go off Patel's shin. It'll be an OJR ball here. Caleb Sikorsky. Oh, excuse me. It'll be Robbie Gambone ready to throw this one in. Goes over everyone there now. Ethan Williams just tries to kick it deep. It'll be Springford ball as it goes out of bounds.
Akshay Patel's presence has been made coming off the bench. And
Nice.
and you always look out for those players coming off the bench to make an impact, and Akshay Patel has made that impact.
And he plays with a lot of enthusiasm and is very aggressive. He's not even though he's a little bit smaller than some, he's not afraid to put the body on you.
He has incredible speed as well.
No, he's very fast.
That's the beauty about soccer. I'm 6'1", I can't kick a ball for my life. Akshay Patel, he would outmatch me every single time. Doesn't matter how tall he is.
I don't know, go out of bounds there. Hughes will pick that one up. We have 12:40 here left in the second half. Springford's up 4-1.
As you can see, Coach Kissel, he's keeping in Merchant despite being up 4-1, which just shows the type of player Merchant is. He's a leader on this team. He just doesn't want to take him out because if he knows if he takes him out, there could be holes on this defense, holes on this offense. So, keeping Merchant in up 3 scores with 12 minutes to go just shows how much Kissel trusts him and how much of a leader he is on this offense.
Yeah, like you said, even though you're up 3 goals, you don't want to pull out someone that'll leave a hole in your team. Crazier things have happened, like we said earlier in sports. Here's Springford coming up in the offensive zone now. This is Pollock. Tries to get it to Dylan Smith.
I love Springford's aggression here. They know they're up. They know they have a great advantage here, and they're not shy of taking more shots.
Oh, they're not shy at all. They're still putting
Beautiful
that pressure
pass.
on. Ryan Miller tries to get through, and oh
my
right
goodness.
out in front.
Is this a goal? It's a goal. Wow. Another extremely awkward goal, but we have a whistle here.
Seems like this one might be getting called back. Andrew Key, the goalie, was shaken up a little bit there. Might have taken a foot or something because that ball was loose.
Did you catch who shot that goal?
It was Andrew Merchant that was able to put that one in.
Right on cue. Thank you for that, Merchant.
Goal
And
will not count, though.
Yeah. But it just shows the impact that he has on this offense. It just shows, they're able to get such a strong push on a time of possession game. They're trying to win time of possession right now, and they just attack. And that's what you want to see from the Springford offense.
Here's OJR coming up on the 30-yard line now.
It's just not the type of shot you want to take right there. A low ball, not too much velocity. You're just kind of handing it right there to Needles. In a spot like this where you're down 3 points, you got to take efficient, high opportunity shots.
He just really wasn't able to get all of that shot there, like you said. Here's Springford coming the other way.
There's Patel with that speed that I was talking about. Not many people can reach that ball in time. Oh, and the spin move too.
Here's Lynch now. Does a little stutter step.
Whoa. He gets decked.
Takes the body there. He'll
He
be
gets
able to
up.
get up.
Look at that.
It's a dangerous play there, though. The OGR player leaped into the air without thinking, and Lynch tried to do a little bit of a stutter step and just stopped right where he was landing.
There was, just a little bit of a mixed communication there between both the teams, but Lynch was able to get up, take that, no problem.
They show once again how he's just able to take the body, he isn't afraid. So Merchant kicks that one in. The shot there just wide
Wow.
of the net.
Was that Patel who took that shot?
I believe that was Patel who was able to take that shot and shot it
He
just wide left.
Just missed that to the left.
So you see
Swapping out goalies here.
Not sure which number that is for which goalkeeper's coming in.
99.
It's 99. Joel Epps is coming in. Also, you see Connor O'Day come in for Springford on the defensive side, as Schlokschak goes to the bench.
But you know who they don't take out yet? Merchant. Because they need that leadership on the field. Doesn't matter how much time, you need that leadership on the field. And he offers that.
Got 7:53 left in this second half here. Springford up 4-1. OGR just trying to make a last-ditch effort here.
Trying to make it either a miracle happen or they're just trying to make the score look a little better here. As recovery seems to get further and further away with every passing second.
You also don't just want to lay down and die, though. Even if this game is just out of reach, you want to keep working as hard as you can.
Absolutely not.
Just try to get something to build off of. Great anticipation there by Needles, able to jump up and catch that one.
Look, that's an extremely important point that you just made. You don't want your team, doesn't matter how many points down you are, you don't want to let your team ever just lay down and just fall apart, because that's going to hurt your motivation for the next game. And then that game is going to hurt your motivation for the next game. And then the next thing you know, your team has no heart by the end of the season. So you got to play with heart 24/7.
And you just want to, even if this game is the time continues to go down, it just really seems to get out of reach. You just don't want. You want to try and find something to build off of, even if you are going to lose this game. Because, like you said, if you just lay down and die here, it'll just snowball effect, and you really don't want to see that, especially in a season like this where you don't know when your last game is or when it could be.
Absolutely. And look, OJR is going to fall to 0-2. That there's a lot of worse situations that they could fall to, and I don't think they really played all that terribly. You know, they really recovered on time of possession. They just couldn't get those shot openings available. And now Springford plays the possession game.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, they really recovered in the second half, I feel like. I mean, yes, they still gave up 2 goals in the second half, but I really think that, you know, that they've played a lot better here. They've, like you said, really evened out the time of possession, gotten a lot more opportunities, especially early on, but just weren't able to capitalize on some of them.
I think OJR, what they just need to work on, they just need to work on scoring. They need to work on getting past that defensive line close to the goal there. And but outside of that, I feel like 1-4 is a little misleading. You know, they had good runs in this game.
Just Merchant just dumps it back into the other end.
Look, if you're Springford here, you just want to keep it at midfield.
Yeah, just get it and clear it. That's all you got. That's all you got to worry about.
Exactly like that.
Yeah, Dunn's just gonna get that one, just kick it right to the sideline. Here's Dylan Smith able to do a stutter stop and just OJR was able to anticipate that. Springford comes up with it. Connor Lynch was down there for a second, but is able to get up and walk on his own.
Connor Lynch seems to be done for the day.
Yeah, they're just gonna take him out, let him rest. I mean, you got 4:29 left here, especially if he got banged up on that play. Don't want to force him to play.
Yeah, I mean, he played a great game defensively. I mean, like I said, every time you have a defensive play by Springford, Connor Lynch is just somehow going to be mentioned. He just has that defensive presence, and he just had all around a great game. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he have a score, or?
I believe, yeah, he scored the one that went off the crossbar and then landed right down next to him. So he had a really great overall game. I mean, he really puts his body on the line. I mean, you saw it on that last play. Just overall in this entire game, he's really put his body on the line and just really done everything he can to help Springford win this game. James Needles now has it. He'll hold it here for a little bit.
You could only hold it for so long, though. We are approaching the 4-minute mark here.
Not sure what the call was, but it seems like the parents aren't happy with the call.
The parents are definitely getting a little riled up here. And the ref seems to be having a conversation with a bunch of Springford players here. And this is just kind of unnecessary. I mean, we're at 4 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not really... Seems like Needles is going to be leaving the game here.
Well, now that Needles is leaving the game, we should talk about the type of game that he had.
Now, he really had a great... I mean, when he faced shots, he really had a good game as Logan Hajduk is going to come in.
I mean, in the last 10 minutes or so, the last 15 minutes, Needles has faced a lot of pressure. You know, he didn't face a lot of pressure in the first 3 quarters of the game. The last quarter of the game, he got a bunch of good goals facing his way. Only let up one, and that shot really, he really couldn't do that much. So overall, really strong performance by Needles. Only letting up 2 goals in 2 games. So the penalty kick kicks right off the crossbar.
Wow. That had some speed on that one, too. Just banged right off and went sky high. The clock ticks here. You got 3:55 left in this first half.
Springford is just going to try to wrap up this game. That goal attempt that was just taken, that was right off the crossbar. Just had to put it just a couple inches lower. That might have just went in.
Here's OJR now. Able to keep it in. Here's Ryan Miller at midfield fighting off 4 OJR players. There's Patel trying to get it deep. Blocked off.
You have to appreciate the fight here by OJR.
Now they're not giving up even in these last 3 minutes here. They're giving it all they got.
Now, as a coach, when your team goes down 0-2, what's your speech to the athletes here?
I mean, you really just got to focus on the next game. You can't dwindle on what went wrong in these past 2 games. I mean, Methacton, you only lost 1-0. You made it a really close game. Here, you put in a lot of effort. You had some chances. You just really weren't able to capitalize on them. I feel like you just got to tell them, forget these last 2 games, move on, and worry about the next one.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. You cannot dwindle on this game. You just got to look forward to the next one. And if you're Springford coach, what do you say to your athletes after your team goes up 2-0?
I mean, these are 2 really big wins for Springford. I really just think you don't want to get too excited. Obviously, they're really big wins, especially the win the other night against Boyertown. But you just want to focus on the next game, just like OJR. And just like any team, you want to just move on and worry about the next one.
I couldn't agree more. You cannot, if you're Springford right now, you don't want to just, look at your 2-0 record and, think that, you already won the championship here. You gotta make sure you stay consistent, you stay strong, and I trust Coach Kissel will preach that to his athletes here, and I trust these athletes will understand that.
And especially in a season like this where there is no packed playoffs, it's just going to be based off of win percentage. Every game matters. You don't want to sleep for a game and lose one because that could cost you the pack championship.
Absolutely.
Here's Dylan Smith at midfield, gets it back.
This is such a unique season that, none of these players a year ago would have thought they would have been in this position. 2 months ago, we were nervous that he came in full speed there. Loved the effort. I mean, just a month ago, 2 months ago, these players were nervous about, whether they were going to even have a season. So to understand the mentality that goes into this, to understand, the uniqueness of this season and this senior year for a lot of these guys, I mean, you really have to praise them.
Yeah, most definitely. One last time, we want to thank our RCTV crew and thank you guys for watching. I want to thank Max Andes and Lauren Black for having great camera work like we spoke about during the game, and Mr. Rothermel able to work a great game as the director and working the graphics as well. Once again, thank you for watching as we dwindle down in these last 5 seconds here. Springford's going to win this one 4-0 in another huge pack matchup. That is going to do it for us here at RCTV. For Don Castillo, I'm John Zwislak. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.